Hello, America. This is Rex Martin, just a little man with big ideas saying, stop the madness. This is an email sent to Clarence Page of the Chicago Tribune after an article he published concerning a name change for the Washington Redskins. And I quote, "Dear Mr. Page, I agree with our Native American population. I am highly jilted by the racially charged name of the Washington Redskins. One might argue that to name a professional football team after Native Americans would exalt them as fine warriors. But nay, nay, we must be careful not to offend. In the spirit of political correctness and courtesy, we must move forward. Let's ditch the Kansas City Chiefs, the Atlanta Braves, and the Cleveland Indians. If your shorts are in a wad because of the reference the name Redskins makes to skin color, then we need to get rid of the Cleveland Browns. The Carolina Panthers obviously were named to keep the memory of militant blacks from the 60s alive. Gone. It's offensive to use white folk. The New York Yankees offend the Southern population. Do you see a team named for the Confederacy? No, there is no room for any reference to that tragic war that cost this country so many young men's lives. I am also offended by the blatant reference to the Catholic religion among our sports teams' names. Totally inappropriate to have the New Orleans Saints, the Los Angeles Angels, or the San Diego Padres. Then there are the team names that glorify criminals who raped and pillaged. We are talking about the horrible Oakland Raiders, the Minnesota Vikings, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the Pittsburgh Pirates. Now let's address those teams that clearly send the wrong message to our children. The San Diego Chargers promote irresponsible fighting or even spending habits. Wrong message to our children. The New York Giants and the San Francisco Giants promote obesity, a growing child epidemic. Wrong message to our children. The Cincinnati Reds promote downers, barbiturates. Wrong message to our children. The Milwaukee Brewers, well, that goes without saying. Wrong message to our children. So there you go. We need to support any legislation that comes out to rectify this travesty because the government will likely become involved with this issue, as they should. Just the kind of thing the do-nothing Congress loves. As a die-hard Oregon State fan, my wife and I, with all of this in mind, suggest it might also make some sense to change the name of the Oregon State women's athletic teams to something other than the Beavers, especially when they play Southern California. Do we really want the Trojans sticking it to the Beavers? I always love your articles and I generally agree with them. As for the Redskins name, I would suggest they change the name to the Foreskins to better represent their community, paying tribute to the dickheads in Washington, D.C. This is Rex Martin saying, stop the madness.